Anje Jordan Zoje Jonala Shanja Pada Dana Jasim Age Chiche Jebe Sonamji Rola Penjara Sanje Drabajo Sanje Jordan Zoje Jonala Shanja Pada Dana Jasim Age Chiche Jebe Sonamji Rola Benja Sanjendra Bajo Sanje Chedan Zoji Jana Shanja Bada Dana Jasamji Dagwe Chichi Jebe Sona Rola Benja Sanjendra Bajo. Want to use this one? Back to okay. Last week it was hard to hear that. Hey, you hear me? How are you guys? Good. You hear the sound, but I have not much to talk. Okay. Wonderful. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We are grateful to able to wake up and get up today. First, we do a little bit of meditation, okay? There's so many different ways to meditation. And now also, if you're really good meditation, you don't have to follow what I say. You can do yourself. What I try to do a little bit like the beginning meditation. Therefore, just first, very deep breath. You breathe in and out. Your mind just follow that. You think it, oh, now I'm breathing in, I breathing out a couple of times. Okay. Then visualization front of you, any Buddhas front of you, maybe Avalokiteshvara, maybe Tara, maybe Buddha Shakyamuni, maybe Lama Tsongkhapa. Even you want to look first and close your eyes, try to your mind, keep on the Buddha's image. Maybe you can hear things, but don't pay attention. Just your mind, keep any Buddha's image in front of you. The meditation become strong or power depends on you. You really focus the image, then your meditation become more strong, more power. We have difficult to see all Buddhas, any country. Image from you have to look over all them, you can look the face. We need to like scan our mind, the Buddha's image. Now, again, yeah, very deep breathe in and out a couple times. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, this is how to keep our mind in one object. Meditation means keep our mind on one object, more tight, more familiar, like that. Okay. And of course, you can do compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, emptiness, any kind of right? Why we use to choose the gross object like Buddha's image? Many reasons. One, Buddha's image, we get more merit. Second, it is like a form, right? Easy to how to say, focus that. Otherwise, something okay, emptiness, then we have no idea. Okay? Therefore, practice makes perfect means to little bit meditation, daily practice, every day as much as we can. And you can see the slowly the result. You cannot see one day, you cannot see 1 year, 2 years. Maybe we don't see this year, this life. But we need to like throttle, right? Throttle. Not like rabbit. Okay? If we're looking for the result very quickly, if we don't get, not easy, but we just throttle slowly, non-stop. Then even we don't realization anything, but we get very good influence that. Okay? And the purpose to study or practice Buddhism is how to change our mind. Usually our mind, just daily life, we don't have to change it, but some we have bad thoughts, bad attitudes, or bad habits. We try to a little bit change that. Anyway, any kind thought bring the different actions, right? Different thoughts bring our different actions. Okay, I have to do them, I have to do them. Therefore, good to try to like, remind yourself or focus yourself or mindfulness ourselves. Okay, what kind of action, what kind makes me do such things? What kind such things makes other people have difficult, how is it, contact with me or relationship with me or work with me or any kind. No problem always. We have a problem, but we have always some situation always stop, always makes problem. Therefore, it doesn't work, just step down. We cannot, converse each other. Therefore, any kind thought pushed to any different actions, body, speech, mind. Therefore, try to that thought to stop, to take away or slow down, change. No, usually we don't think of what we, our own actions. We say, I'm the good person. I didn't do any bad things, but he did, she did, they did. We always complain others. We don't investigate. Investigation or investigate. We don't investigate for ourselves. Therefore, it's mixed for our daily life. We practice doesn't, we don't see any result. Therefore, we need sometimes check ourselves. You see now you do some bad things, even not bad things, but you're very easy, stressful person or angry person or hard to deal with other people. It's okay. It's also, don't think, oh, I'm a very bad type person or I do very bad things. Don't put yourself punishment. But we can try to change the attitude. In order to change, we need to find what's the wrong action, what's the right action. If we don't find, then we never change, right? Therefore, this is very important to our daily practice, daily life, and the purpose, study, practice, subdued our mind is what subdued our bad thoughts. Like that, okay? Then now we're going to talk about the bodhicitta. It's very wonderful, grateful. It's a very great, teaching. Even what I explain, I don't have any ability or I don't have any experience, but I received this teaching many teachers, many times. Those I have very strong faith. Those are my motivations. I've taught very good motivation to always come to this, talk. Yes, my motivation always, whatever I say, whatever I do, hopefully some benefit, some people. Therefore, I'm sure we got some merit. Therefore, this is very great text. This is also when Shantideva teaching during that time, all the disciples also, I think the Bodhisattvas. Therefore, not easy to understand, it's not easy to practice, but I think bodhicitta is the best practice to our daily life. Like that, okay? Therefore, yeah. Lisa, I'm getting old, I need to glass. You have glass, then the light come there. I couldn't see it. Yeah. 제자당도 간단간도 처음에 쉬운죽 내리냐면 지하철인데 가와서 못 빼면서 가와서.
So we're all very, very fortunate to be able to study and do whatever practice we can on this subject, guide to the Buddhist way of life. So we should rejoice in this kind of circumstances because it's very important to rejoice over our opportunity to have to be able to study this. I'm not saying that you have to rejoice because you get a chance to study from me. I think I've told this story before. There was one Lama who was giving teaching to many people. And he said, you are very, very fortunate that you had this opportunity to receive teaching from me, to get this transmission from me. But I wasn't fortunate enough to receive transmission from anybody else.
재산권의 다 업부터 자들 아니 미 셴발라파 아니 셴루로 다 루로 어디자 소소 네버도 통보 그래.
So that's an opposite to what he should have said. Actually, he should have received the transmission before he could give it to other people.
제가 그리고 내가 네 셴루도 너무 신용이나 다 좋아나 가지 투비 봐서지 맞다 간지 소소 냠len 체외 똑바요 말해.
Where in my case, I have the transmission that I've received from many different teachers, but I don't have any realizations from those studies.
나탄 가서 간지 여와 뭐뭐 질레다. 아차게 온거 같은데 냠도 용네. 아니 로조 치가 정어데. 근데 그 샘나 파셔야 보셔 그래.
But so many of us, who had a karmic relationship for many lives before, and because of that, we were able to come together here and study. So definitely, by doing this, we will leave very good imprint in our mind from studying this text.
제가 아니 어떻게 지나다가도 가봐꼼 줄 같이 수수 가봐꼼나 수수 제대 전대를 놓지 그래. 제지 수수 대바시라 매바이나 아니 데코 욕로 깔래가로 와.
And so you should rejoice in this kind of opportunity. Rejoice meaning you should feel delighted or very happy that I have the chance to study. If you have that delightfulness or rejoicing, then you will have the interest to study. If you don't have that, if you don't feel good, you don't feel happy about studying, then you will not have interest to study.
그래서 뭐 샹저부 센터는 가면 저기 제 터와는 땅문이 있다. 얘네들 문에 다 대내 대화를 원래 샘슈 길로져서 가지 대화를 원래 숨지 자꾸 말해서 무슨 거야.
So by studying this, if we are able to generate bodhicitta, then we're kind of all set. You can, once you have generated bodhicitta, then you go from happiness to happy, never fall down.
내가 남주 마치했다 상지 좀 된 데가 소리 이제 잠배가 소리 공부를 듣고 소리 들으는 것도 마스 주고요 봐.
So these are all the teachings that came from great masters like our Geshe Shantideva and so forth.
이나다 대상으로 보면 사제 꿈을 주되겠다 장고를 붙이면 뒤쪽으로 코가야 샹지 심 텔레라지 두스타 가디나 송고도 와간다 콘단 제약이 가와서 보더리 shum을 콘님도 손주들의 마모시하고 거기 온 거요 봐.
At present time, someone that we can count or consider as Buddha is like His Holiness the Lama. And His Holiness the Lama also mentioned many times or advised many times to study this. And he always emphasized the importance of studying this text and generating bodhicitta.
제자 간제 상식을 샘다 샴 예지 상식을 샘다 하나宣주고 당도 차상아도 섬도 말다 얘는 같이 수 그냥 같이 들으면 됐을라 그랬어 그래서 뭐 안에 대화는 때때 배원이 자자자 말아 이치에 요다야 됐어 그리고 소화 간제 나왕을 롱게망아 간제 뭐 좋으라다 되게 어떤 거는 지금 이 팬통도 섬들 처음 보고 양에 알지 냠뇨성 쉬움에다.
And we have this opportunity to see teaching from him, right? So we're very fortunate, and therefore, we should put ourselves, put an effort from our side to study as much as can. Of course, it might not be possible, easy life, to memorize all this text, all the root text, and be able to recite every day. But there are certain verses that are very important and that applies to our day-to-day life. So if you can memorize those words or verses and recite and contemplate on the meaning of that, then that really helps your mind when you are in a difficult situation. Like in my case, when I was in a difficult situation a couple of months ago, at that time I thought about the few verses that I was reciting and familiar with, and that really helped me. And I'm not saying that I have all this realization and I know about all this, but few of the words or the verses that I memorized and contemplated on that has been much.
다 현생부터 깨야라 안에 발치
And so this practice of patience, the most or biggest obstacle that prevents us from being able to practice patience is anger or hatred. And of course, to overcome that anger or hatred, is to practice or meditate on patience. And then the antidote that destroys that anger or hatred, or roots of from the root is the wisdom enlightened emptiness. In our condition or situation, there are so many conditions that give rise to anger, right? And there is very, very few conditions to enable us to practice patience.
Okay, yeah,
and so from the morning, from the time when we wake up in the morning till we go to sleep at night, there's all these conditions rising, appearing from everywhere, from east, west, northwest, north, south, everywhere, from everywhere, is arising. The condition for anger.
Is it that?
Like that? It's very easy for us to get angry. Right? It's very small, tiny thing can cause us to get angry. Like when you wake up in the morning and you see the weather is not good, you can get angry. Why is it like that again? Why is it raining again?
Then you start to make a coffee. If your coffee machine is broken, you get mad, right? Then maybe you will get to go to work, we get late, then you forgot where you put your key, get mad again, right? When you try to go out, then you're driving, then someone doesn't move fast in front of you, you get mad. And we arrive the house place to job place. If something doesn't do things well, then we got mad. Then sometimes we mad for the microwave, right? Microwave doesn't do things to work. Then, yeah, this is so many different conditions make us to get mad, right? Why that? Also, very, very strong judgment, our own view, or our own belief, or our own habit, or our own natural nature. And that we say, whatever I say, whatever I think, whatever I need, done that way. If someone says, no, it's not true, we got mad. Therefore, the main thing is the attachment. But we don't see that attachment is harm for us directly. Attachment is very beautiful, inside the silk bag, stay there, and, okay, you need that, right? In attachment give us to, okay, he doesn't listen to you, she doesn't listen to you, they don't listen to you, they didn't do what you want. Attachment just push behind you. Then I get, okay, I'm here. Therefore, we have so many different conditions to get mad, and very difficult to become patient. How can we become patient? We able to think for others also, same as me struggle things. Then you can a little bit accept for others' situation. Otherwise, we say, okay, I'm the person to know how to do things. Now, other person to know how to do things. We just only think for ourselves. We need to a little bit change that. We need to stand up the other's feet. With the other feet, but those things we can change. Like that. Then, yeah. Then we talk about, control Yimida. And it control the Bena the level to body culture, so no control Yimikari or S and the Deka Hako.
And so this the sixth chapter about the Buddhist way of life, patience, explains about how to overcome anger. What are the disadvantages of anger?
Control Yimida Hamana, control the Nevasongo, so talk about it. Sondolo,
so if you don't see the shortcomings or disadvantage of anger, then you will not even have a wish to overcome the anger.
Hanaji Degalang, Zebek Pendako, Zebek Pendahamogana, Zabat Kundagalo.
Then on top of that, we have to also understand the advantages or benefits of patience. If you don't understand that, or if you don't consider on that, then you will not think about practicing patience.
And the control Yemi and the Hakova Jenny control and the donation Zobakum. Zobakum level at Dene, Suzukila Shanti was some Konikon Peva Hakoina. I'm going to tell Legachella.
So if we see the shortcomings of anger and then to overcome that, we practice patience by seeing the benefit of it, and then through that you generate bodhicitta, the mind alignment, and that will encourage you to increase your patience more and more.
Okay, 제가 고독 저와 그대 공고에서는 남준이 저와 콜섬 당고르나 콘은 나와지 강인 제가 가는 저와 공다고 말해. 남주 공요 뭐라.
So you have to practice patience in general, on a daily basis, on general, and then you'll be able to be patient at the time when you are about to get angry, or at the time when people cause something bad to you. Otherwise, if you haven't practiced before, and you will not be able to practice patience, or you will not be able to be patient at the time when somebody caused anger to you.
이거를 뺏갈까 원이 콘도사가 이 투갈까 남주네 콘도가 님이 다 거죠. 다 콘도사도 야고면도 콘도사데 원이 소소히 찍어면 봐. 로바에 찍어면 봐. 남이 찍어면 다 떼야고면도 삼고래.
And also same with the anger, when it's about to rise, you can't stop it right away. If you haven't practiced, or if you haven't contemplated on the disadvantages of anger, or anger is bad, it's been wrong to myself, wrong to others, I'm never happy when I'm angry like that, the disadvantages. If you haven't thought about that, then you will not be able to stop anger right away, when you're about to become angry.
야 남준 삼성가도 된다는가 캠에 쇼게야랑 세마치면 와차게 돼. 용돼.
And then sometimes, like, without any reason, your mind is just unhappy when you wake up in the morning. Does it happen to you sometimes?
아, 대 니마 텔 내가 들을까야 레라우 쇼코로 사그래.
That day, you go to work and small thing, goes wrong, then makes you angry easily.
제가 대가 빼서도 좋고 다 드링 오늘 가는 같이 테스트 드링도 좀 아니 지금 소소고 자유라마다 요즘 방마도 말라서 딱 소소고 다 드링 사도 제고 선배 선배 키나야 테스트를.
So at that time, you have to be aware of that by yourself. I'm not happy today, so today I have to be really careful, and so I should not get angry. Like that, you have to pre-plan from beforehand. And also you can pray to your guru deities, like and so forth. Will bless you to be able to practice patience.
So that
is the kind of practice you should do. So when you are told to do a practice, that's the kind you do. When you do the practice, doesn't mean that you have to close your eyes in a cross-legged position and shut yourself in the room. Not like that. So understanding the disadvantages of anger and the advantages of patience is important.
당도 빼셔던 것도 있다. 저는 되는 막 삽제 몸벌다. 삽제 막 대금에 저도 담보라니 이발았으면 세왕나 고비는 어떻게 좀 거지. 다 내가 소디 공투의 예미다. 저의 폐에서 마시는 거다.
So now we're going to start from the text. So there are so many divisions and subdivisions and so forth, but we don't have to go through all of that. Main thing is to understand, like I said, the disadvantages of anger and advantages of patience.
일단 네가 아니 상처고서 맞죠. 깨와 뭐냐봐. 근데 이거야 아니 달래가 신주래가 담보네 시와 바당도 아무튼 지가로. 아마 봐도 마셔더라.
And but then before in the previous chapters of this text, the social life, we already talked about all these benefits, right? Benefits of bodhicitta, how to develop bodhicitta, and so forth, right? So we all went through all these chapters.
내가 간단 내가 그 조벨레게티 내가 체주 기도 그랬어.
And there's among these many chapters of this guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life, the chapter on patience. Patience is one of the most important ones.
그래서 난 만도 거야 될까지 상처고서 제래. 상처고서 제가 받체 체주돼 아니 되래.
And the reason is because it is very important to generate bodhicitta, and the biggest obstacle for generating bodhicitta is this one.
오케이. 당에 담으로 다 담보면서 공주 예문이 시작을 했어.
First, we talk about the disadvantages of the anger.
아니 까와 똥도 써봐이 전당 대신 졸라서 레제 가인 대근자 공도 지금 좀 말시 수바다데.
Like you read in verse 1, whatever wholesome deeds, such as venerating the Buddhas and generosity that have been amassed over 1,000 eons, will all be destroyed in one moment of anger.
진짜 다 용서래다. 내 까와서 내가 가졌다 내 까와라. 아니 내비 까와 집에 까와 또에 까와도 간지 간도 못 보셔요. 간들 늘 발라지 니시니시다. 간지 까와서 간지 다 예를 보시고 간지 물로 동실 못 쓰기요.
So eon is a very very long time. Is there a count? How many years is eon? There's a count, no, right? There's no count. Eon is like, I mean, in Buddhism we count by the time, like there's the era of destruction, there's the era of formation, there's the era of what's called empty era where there's nothing, so everything is destroyed, nothing is there. Then there's the era of formation again. So there's like a 4 intermediate era. So that creates one eon, like that. I mean, so like that, and then so then what this situation also. So then like that, so that's one eon, so like that. So when you go that out, like 60 of that. So then so that's like formation. It takes like very, very long time from starting from either 10 years of life, all the way up to 80,000 years, and then it decreases down to like that formation and destruction. And so that one is called like one eon, and then 60 of that would be like great eon. Countless great eon.
Do you think the stage of formation is one eon, or all 4 stages formation plus?
근데 빨아가야. 근데 바까지라 바깥 미셔. 바깥 야실라 까와치들.
가시지.
가시지.
대출을 두줄.
자주.
네.
근데 내 받은 집에 빨아라야 아니 바깥 미셔. 근데 야실라 아니 가진지.
가시지.
그래서 간지 다 노래 뭐 슈트겠다.
바깥로 까버니셔.
근데 까도를 까버니셔.
그래.
바깥 빨아라 빼나. 내 받은 집안이 빨아라 까버니셔. 이 그래서 다 뉴스에도 바깥 뉴스에 있어요. 다 때리 뭐 슈트 간지 바깥
그 집을 가봐서 근데 새로
한번 내봤지. 새로 담보.
주번에 야저 체제. 너 개치버 비교가.
한번 내봐내지. 아니 집에 빨아라. 아니
도저히 어디 하고 봐.
간지 로급 간지 밀로를 간지 사로 사야 못 먹고 왔다. 들이질 봐라. 간지 로 사야 못 먹고 갔다 티시게. 간지 로 사야 못 먹고
그냥 저는 데려셔 갔다 와도 밀로 새로져라. 그러니까 아마 노출전은 정말 되는데 지금 너무 그냥 정말 매우 잘 알아. 근데 아직 it's Yanchi, somewhat the child, topic of the child. So there's no fixed time for that, right? So however long it takes for that destruction. And so the formation is that the world is formed, and then the life starts, and then people live up to 80,000 years, and then it comes to the 10 years, and then everything got destroyed either by fire, water, or whatever. And then that itself is called 20 intermediate era. So that time is called, and so when you count that whole thing, so that the 4 intermediate, so one era, era one, formation, destruction, empty. So one era would be a 20 intermediate era. So that time will be 20 intermediate era, and then the whole thing, when that all 4 happen, then that's called one era, one eon. And so 80 of that is called one countless great eon. So countless great eon will be the 80 of that. You can still count. When you say that, you have to accumulate value for 3 countless great eon, so 3 of that. So you go, so the first era, and then second era like that. And when you count up to 80, it's called one countless great eon. And then 3 of them, 3 countless great eons. That's how long you have to accumulate value. So this is according to the Abhidhamma Kosha, where it explains about the formation of the world, and then destruction, and then the empty, and all these things. So it's very long time. You can't count by year. You have to count by this happening, the destruction, the formation of this happens. So however long it takes for that to happen, that's called the year. That's what it says here, for 1,000 eons, right? So, so 4 intermediate era would be 1 era or eon. So then 1,000 of that, 1,000 eon, whatever. So whatever merit you have accumulated by venerating the Buddhas or by practicing generosity and so forth, all that merit accumulated over 1,000 eons. All that merit by practicing generosity and so forth, and such as venerating the Buddhas, like taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, like that. That also includes the practice of 7 limbs. Then also the wholesome deed. The wholesome deed is the practice of the morality. So all the kinds of practice of morality, practice during the 1,000 years. And so whatever practice, whatever acute merit we have accumulated by practicing the wholesome deeds, like moralities, such as venerating Buddhas, taking refuge in Buddha and Sangha, and practicing generosity and so forth over 1,000 years, will be destroyed by one moment of anger. So there's a detailed explanation about that. But not just any anger. Any anger will destroy that many of merit, very much of merit. So like if you get angry for one moment, that will destroy. Like so if you are angry because your microphone didn't work, that will not destroy. That will not destroy that many merits. But if you get angry towards Guru, or towards the Buddha or towards the Bodhisattva, then that's what it means. So from the object to whom you get angry towards. So if someone who is higher than yourself, like in terms of realization, right? So someone who has a higher realization than yourself, then you destroy that merit. So like even among the Bodhisattvas, Bodhisattva on the path of preparation is higher than Bodhisattva on the path of accumulation. So if a Bodhisattva on the path of accumulation gets angry towards Bodhisattva on the path of preparation, then he will destroy that many merit. He will destroy the merit accumulated over that many years.
예다 고소한 네 값기 공도 사사가 예라 샹주 semba고 레세 근데 자외지다 담아를 찍어 손을 담아를 찍.
그다음 먼저
네 값고 가와 돈도 사비 괜찮 좀 세게 되게 사세 예라 샹주 semba고 받고 그래서.
So according to the commentary by Gyasa Tamarinchi, which was comment what follows, and according to him, he said, the object to whom you get angry in this case has to be a bodhisattva.
가르나 샹주 semba고 다 나지가 오만 주변 나라 대선 그래서.
And also says same thing in engaging in the middle way.
마다다 가서 전에 깔리자주 두용으로 샤롱도 생기 차이로 고도 사사이.
Otherwise, if we destroy that many merit over any kind of anger, then it will be very discouraging. Right? So whatever we do, we all destroy because we easily get angry, even with small things, right?
이게 공도 강 개사죠 공도 대양 손은 투지 대비 아니 개사들 이시도 맞죠 네 네바가 매워서 더 말해서
and that kind of merit which gets destroyed by anger, it has to be a meritorious accumulation and a collection of merits, not a collection of wisdom. So only the meritorious actions, the collection or the accumulation of merit only. The accumulation of wisdom cannot be destroyed.
예야 아니 공 가로 전데 개와티가 레번 좀 받대 때는 매바 속에는 맞대 파타리 모르시 난 레버 산이 뭔가 요와이나 이 코로사야나 오다 나니시니 로지만 받은 마음에 와도 들어 소식해서 예 개빈 레버데 뱃 코로 매바 속에 해서 말이야 난 레버 못 받은 파타리 다시 와도 이 계산 좀 써야 돼 차상 매바 속에 해서 말이야 레버 못 받 파타리 못 소식하시고
And also, I don't think it is saying that it will get destroyed completely from its root, but just means maybe the ripening of the result will be delayed. If it was going to be ripened today, it will be ripened like maybe after 1 or 2 years.
그래서 나 산이 딘 레오 모르다 그 대리 네바사서다 야 네바 샤고 제자 그 다리지 말어 오늘 산이 레오도 뭔가다 이 마음이 버려야 아니 그 네바사셔다 뭐 네바도 봐 마스 가로 아무 맞지 와이나 아니 레오도 도울 말어
So for example, if you're going to ripen, if that positive karma is going to ripen in a form of good result tomorrow, then today you created that bad action by getting angry, and then that will be that will prevent you from getting that positive result ripened. And so if you don't purify that, whatever bad actions you created today, if you don't get purified, then it will not ripen. So when you purify it, and then it delays to ripen at some point later.
어떤 레버드 문발라 이제 상가보다 마성화 된가 제질에 잡아낸다 되고 바다리 되는 것이.
Because for the ripen, it needs causes and conditions, right? So if some condition is missing, or if there is a bad condition, then that can prevent from ripening.
그러고 잘라 들은가 와이나 산이 레버도 고티지. 연신에 나니 신이부터 말로 용도.
So like, some if you like sometimes when you order things online, right, and you go to this system, it's going to be delivered tomorrow. But if there was a bad weather today, and then it cannot be delivered tomorrow, so it will be delayed to be delivered maybe 2 days or a week later.
어제 단단히 내가 제가 저거 하고 또 시간에 네가 공로 사세가 연락 상주 선방에 받고 에스 니값지.
So the things for you to understand here is that the anger which destroys lives attributed over 1,000 years has to be anger towards Bodhisattva.
근데 그래서 좀 세야 돼. 안 쏘는 게 토지되고 그 사람 마셔. 이시 토지되고 그 사람 좀 말해서.
And also it only destroys this kind of anger only destroys the accumulation of merit, not the accumulation.
근데 좀 나야 돼. 그 레벨에 멤버들 파타리 받으셔 버리면서 배트코는 매번 소리 말해서.
So it destroys means like it only delays the rapid anger. So it doesn't mean that it destroys completely from its root.
어디지? 아, 근데 그 아니 쏘는 것도 게다가 가르나 아니 심바도 못 좀 소마 소바고 말라 소바다. 아니 공조들라 아니 직접적으로 점로다. 아니 연하되게 냠내게 계속 어떤 소리에서.
And so what kind of merit that gets destroyed? Only the accumulation of merit, right? Like making demonstrations, venerating Buddhas, generosity, morality, and so forth.
네, 다들 조세요 조소와.
And the 7 practices, right? So you understand that? Yeah.
Okay. 아, 내가 제지. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay. Well,
question was, does the kind of anger matter? For example, a parent gets angry at their children, at the same time, angry is manifesting, but in their mind, there's still a lot of love there and compassion at the same, but it's not manifesting. But then there could be another anger where like you're angry at your enemy and you have no good feeling about them at all. There's nothing good you can know, in your mind about them.
대체와서 된다. 네가 공로세대 빠졌다 주마디지. 네, 공로야 샴니지에 당하지. 자와 나와지. 오늘 딱 코드스 왜 갑자기 있는 섬치기로 나쁘지로 어떻게
Yes, that's the difference. And I think the anger we're talking about is the latter one. The latter one that you mentioned about like, not having any good motivation in your mind at all, just like, oh, this is get rid of this, like that kind of anger.
이메데가도 변나 자살했나 게 가디나 기루 딱 공로사가 나가지. 뭐 이런 것이.
Yeah, otherwise, like you said, give the example of parents, right? Becoming angry towards kids because the kid is not behaving in a proper way. And like that, also in the monastery, the teachers, they with the students, so much, and of course, if it's not angry, then that they will not whip, right? So, but the anger is because of good motivation to teach the children and to teach the students, to make them study, to make them become a knowledgeable person. So that's why. So therefore, motivation is good. Therefore, I think that kind of anger is not really what we're talking about here.
이건 삼삼 되게 예발로는 되게 예발 다루고 살았구나. 또 공발라야 자와지야 거의 공부 틈도 가면 예발사지. 아니 잡리게 교주가 학원에 kon 소망이 길어야 그 유바쇼이나. 아니 그전 나사다한테 파지 대군에 지금 믹스에 선배 집어둘라 되는 뭐 그래.
And usually, of course, in the monastery, there's many incidents, and stories like when monks they get a beating, then that helps to purify their negativeness. And when somebody does a wrong thing, breaks a vow or rules in the monastery, and then the disciplinarian or a captain bring them in the assembly and then whip them. And there's many say they feel very delighted, very happy, let alone the pain. And they don't feel any pain, and they feel very like that shows the sign of purification.
그래서 어때지? 제가 다 저런 걸 나야 돼. 그런 것 때문에 좋아요.
Well, like you said, definitely there's a difference. It makes a difference, with the motivation.
Yeah, Jennifer.
I was wondering, you said that the anger destroys only the collection of merit, not the collection of wisdom, but isn't our practice, our meditation on wisdom one of the best ways to accumulate merit? And so when you say it doesn't destroy the collection of wisdom, does that just mean the realizations in our mind or the merit generated from say meditating on emptiness.
그래서 외우고 있어.
그래서 이식 소리 벌써 정말 멀었어요. 그래서 이식 소스는 이제 미니만 이식 속에 다 똑같이 걸었어. 그는 돈이 또 셔러지 보고 그러게 다만 돈이 또 로비 심베 내려서 계셔서라. 뒤에 좀 멀었어 그랬어.
바지
돈이 또 괜찮다고 했나? 그런 차차가 저거 보여서 돈이 또 괜찮다 제발은 뒤다 이식 소사를 수능 소사입니다. 근데 소비가 됐다.
이게 소사대 간제 돈이 오바다 남의 도비 셔럼 금발 때네 내가 금발 내게 와서요. 텔레 이식 소사시. 이게 대단 섬대에서 강한 이식 도착해서 말해.
We are meditation on the selflessness or emptiness. So any accumulation you accumulation of merit, but you accumulate by meditating on selflessness or emptiness. It doesn't have to be realization. It doesn't have to be that you have the realization of that. It doesn't have to be that. As long as you have accumulated merit, I mean, the good, wholesome is by practicing or meditating on selflessness or emptiness, then that will be also safe. And then also, like in some cases, you can adorn that practice of prostration or what we call it, protect it with the practice of emptiness, right? So by thinking that as of empty, right, you can do so. That not sure that maybe might not get that's still merit, right? So you even though you adorn it with the emptiness, but it's still accumulation of merit, the practice of prostration, so that may get destroyed.
Okay. Yes, Ed, you have a question?
A short one, Geshe. If the anger is purified, is the merit restored?
콘도데 좀바이나 콘도데 메버서바이나 근데 나는 소디다야 소 게트 그래서
고로도 매번 써와야나 아니 가져왔지. 가로. 고로 매번 써다 겨우 좀 살았고. 양쪽이 좀 어떻게 매워. 나 고로 좀 해다 양 고로 사도 매워 쓰나. 얘고 타리 못 쓰잖아. 양고 이건 다 니워요하고 되게 되고 썼어서 되게 걸.
So whatever is destroyed by anger is already destroyed. It can't be restored. But if you destroy the anger, then it will help to bring your wrapping of the result close.
그때 들어와서 안당 먼저 고로 게다 좀 나야 될 거래. 매번 써야 된다 말이지. 저분 그나 대리만 봐나 또 선이 밥비자 당하셨고 저로. 제장한테 고로 때 맞게 봐야나. 그 선이 밥비자 따두고 말아 간다.
Sorry, I also, we also made a mistake here about destroying. So when we say destroy, the merit that gets destroyed by anger, that's referring to, like I said, getting it delayed. So the wrapping result of the good action will be delayed. And so if you destroy the anger, if you overcome the anger, then that delay can be restored or made it wrapping earlier than explained as being delayed if you haven't destroyed the anger.
이거 게다 좀 써야 돼. 뱃코는 때는 된 저번 매번 소 많이 받지. 근데 저 침범만 받는 때 춘춘이라고 써죠. 내 사람.
Then also another explanation about that being destroyed is that, like, if you have a great good result to be experienced, then with the anger it may become less good result to experience.
그래서 대상 잘라 공파서도 가서 잘라 배신 유유하게 잘라 먹으러 여러분 뒤서로 싫어. 그러고. 대원 말에 대원 빼는 거서. 간다를 지금 내가 침보지만 만나 야 주주면 매워서 좀 싸바니 매워서 좀 말해.
Like the special do
되게 그렇고.
나 정보니까 잘 충분히요.
예전에나 맨날 롱이 숨겨내야 가지 돌아니시 담박을 나서 계속 좀 가루로 해요. 이사 돌아니시 계속 좀 잘로 하면 더 뒤서 그러잖아.
Like like your value of the money drops. Before last year maybe with the $20, can fill up a lot of gas. But now, with the $100, you can fill only little gas. So it's like, it has, the merit has gone down. The merit of the money, or the value of the money has gone down like that. Similar to the other way. Makes sense or not?
Okay. 내가 지금 가르래 내가 공부 전에 쇼주까지 세시지고 공부께다 좀 세게 내기 이제 가나라 상주도 먹고 그래서 다때 장소까지나 다 찍고 그래. 같이 좋을.
So like you said, the anger that destroys merit accumulated over 1,000 years. For that to happen, the anger has to be towards Bodhisattva. And then what kind of accumulation gets destroyed, or what kind of wholesome accumulation that gets destroyed is the meritorious also. So what kind of wholesome is meritorious wholesome? Is that like I said here, like taking refuge in the two jewels, venerating the three jewels, practicing generosity, morality, and so forth.
And
again, like it says, destroyed doesn't mean it gets destroyed completely from its root, but just delays from ripening or becomes less. So even though it says that it needs to be bodhisattva, right? It needs to be bodhisattva towards who you get angry, which destroys the merits accumulated over the carbon year. But you don't know who is the bodhisattva. Right?
This is more dangerous, right? And the period is Shanjas of Hakonato, or that could Shanjas of that call Kolosang made a teacher with us.
So there's a sign that I'm bodhisattva, or he's bodhisattva. I can't get angry towards him like that, nothing you can say.
And you run away. Cheza, D. Kolaya, the Javija Tamarichia, Namde Talam Sajin on a Soviet. Highway, you methods in the Jivatama Kanaya Bishop, Netherlands, the Sapasha was a Pechachana. Eagles Saya Mochi, all a member de Wachi, D. Kalaya, and it's Sado Lunishashana. That's Chibas, not to that members of the Kawashin Marwa. It's Chipares.
Then also, then author Jasa Tamarin has said in other texts, the holy beings, the noble beings, or holy beings are like an amber under the ash in the daytime. So if you have an amber underneath and that's covered by ashes, in the daytime you don't see. Maybe nighttime you might see a little bit in the light, but in the daytime you don't see that at all. And then you don't know there's the hot oil down there, and then you just step on your feet on that, and it will burn. And so the holy beings are just like that. You don't know, and then you just say bad things towards them or get angry towards them, and that will destroy your merit.
Yes, then I'm getting you got to what I just somebody me one and all the other Sanchez about came this so I touch it over.
So you can only say for yourself whether you're bodhisattva or not. You can't say for other person whether that person is bodhisattva or not.
It's any Sanji Chomne to serve. And Kansa Tsetsun got on Madame Garo. Madame Madame Kansa Tsetsun, any a two domas. Kansa part to Yamajato Maris, as to Maris.
So Buddha also said that someone like him, who's an omniscient, right, who knows everything, can say who is what. You can say like that, but an ordinary person cannot say the other ordinary person who he or she is.
제가 어떤 내주 코드 때문에 샴반 가로 샴반 넘버를 도서 띵이 되게 도서 두전하라 제보 손을 잘.
It is mentioned in a quite detail in the other teachings or sutras, like the King of Constitution Sutra and so forth.
강들을 다 접는 거 하고서 미치게 태워잖아. 공론 가원 접스나 갈라고 그래서 다 가와 뒤시면 나한테 뒤다 나오고도 그냥 고비도 나오는 것도. 아니 저 계산 접스나 가래레스. 좀에 계산 가래레스. 수계산 좀 로그레스. 예, 가로. 계산 공론 사사기를 간데 것도 더 하고서 와.
So now you understand, right? The few points that you have to understand from what does it mean by destroying the merits accumulated over 1,000 years by one moment of anger. So that anger has to be towards Bodhisattva, and that only destroys the accumulation of merits, like the practice of generosity and so forth. And that doesn't destroy from its root. It just delays or makes it less.
Okay, 다들 또 하고 다들 가서 남주는 랍자 걸려고 당한 샤저서 매대 남 랍자는 다 공부 사이면도 삼까지 공부 nhiệm 하고 전에 다 공부 사도 저거라 가래 소송 것도 있게 되거다.
싸우는 좀 것이 더더.
아,
원바도 주문데 주는 게 렉지 아니 뭐 대권장 장주 셈바가 밑에 거도 치기 싸우는 좀 것이
좀 세대 고만 죽었는데 싸워는 좀 세대. 그래 매워시 그렇게 좀 말해. 반 다른 스 이렇게 저. 예, 고만 죽었다 나요. 되셔대. 근데 그 다가라 켈레가 말해. 싸워는 좀 세대. 그리고 내가 땅도 내려는 땅 샤저서 매라로 가 거지. 땅도 가르치고 샤저서 뭐 고be 쿨레 가르는 말에 땅도 가르치고 들어서나 딱 그래나 공로 사람도 공로서는 니가 들어서 땡어서 하고 거다.
And so, like I said, you can't tell who the person is, right? Whether he's Bodhisattva or not. So you can't tell that. Therefore, you should say, okay, that can be Bodhisattva. That person can do it. He can be Bodhisattva. She can be Bodhisattva. So I should not get angry towards anyone. So that's the mind of kind of mind you should generate.
공로사 스매치고 사람은 밀게 싫어하셔야 말테니 디학수시대.
So if you're feeling dull, and stressed or not very happy, then at that time you should not be talking to other people a lot because they can feel anger easily.
나 심이도 고 시나고 된다 건들어도 와. 된다 건들어 고요렇게 말 된다고 싶어.
So like the cats, when they're worried or scared, they will just hide under the table. So they have no problem.
어쨌든 가도 네 담보한테 배치 담는 가도 가려하고 고스나 공로 사색에 이어. 아니 공로 개사 좀 거네 개회자와 가리에 봐. 아니 개와 가리 좀 거여 봐. 대하고 같이. 나서도 냠내 가리고 다 공로 사야면도 공로 숨그 수 바주들 늘었다 치를 심을 사야면 너서네. 그러나 숨는데 전백이 냐와지고도.
And so, what we should understand from this verse, one, is that the anger destroys the merit accumulated over 1,000 years. And what kind of merit is the accumulation of merit, not the accumulation of wisdom. And that anger, that has to be towards a bodhisattva, and can be he, she, it. And then the merit that gets destroyed is not completely from his good, but only makes it less or delays his ripening and so forth. So that's what we should not, that's what we should understand. And so therefore we should not, what lesson we should get from that is that we should not get angry towards anybody. He can be a bodhisattva, she can be a bodhisattva, like even the cat, dogs can be bodhisattva, but we should not get angry towards anybody.
그래서 다 대가지 말아. 당가 공부 사기도 다 가르치는 매워서 원하나도 제대로 하고 그로 까도면 더.
So then, of course, it's not easy for us to do that, right? Because we are so used to getting angry. And with my word, what should I do? What can I do to overcome that anger?
앞에서나 나 법과 군로사대야나 법도 야고 지금은 그것도 겸라도 야고 샤면서 그러다대. 야. 당이 그 법을 맞다. 법이 이제 그 마시와를 했었나? 법 그 마시와에 가서 송.
So how do we overcome anger? It's like, say, if I say I become angry, like, wow, the reason is because, he didn't place the camera in the right way. He didn't put in the camera in the right way. And it could be that Bob did it intentionally, but it could be that he didn't know, right? But in my mind, I said, maybe he didn't know it. Maybe he didn't know it, it should be this way, but he put it that way. Maybe he didn't know. The moment I think that, my anger goes down.
Right? 이제 사람은 그 공도사 사담마 탑시로 왔다. 메시 그 뭐도 걸 그런 컴플레이션은 공도 도도로.
So instead of like Okay, but instead, if you just blame him, it's, oh yeah, he did it right, he did it wrong, and he did it intentionally. He just doesn't like me, so he did it like that. And so if you think like that, then it gets more and more anger. But if you say, oh no, maybe he didn't know, and I don't think he has any bad intention, so forth like that, then from that, like anger doesn't arise at all.
남중하 콘도 다른 게 콘도 딱 미치는 게 콘도 마 차이가 답이는 두적이요.
So that's my own experience. Like when I try to lessen the anger towards somebody, then that's what I try to think. That's how I try to think.
근데 대보다 근데 코랑기다 코랑기 녀문이 카치샤와이나 근데 미들은 것도 콘도 됐어 그만 둬.
Like when they say he and his anger, I mean he's ignorance or he's not knowing. Like you separate that too, the person and person's delusion. You separate those two, and so then you don't get angry towards the person.
다 오늘 주 때문에 그래 갖고 대만도 소설을 주 네 빼는 갖고 도 용도.
Then how do you know that it is his delusion, not him? Then you can apply that to yourself. Right? When I'm doing something wrong, and not necessarily I am doing it in intention wrong, and it could be that because I don't know it is that, and it's supposed to be that way, and I do it in the wrong way. And like that, you can just apply the example to yourself.
여러분, 나 지나서 미션 뭐 코로나뇨.
Will you ever cause anger towards others? Anger in others?
No, it's good. We do all the time, right? 제가 있는 대만도 대linga 코로나 곳은 담보 끊어지 매워.
Yeah, so we have caused others to become angry towards us, right? But did we have the intention? Okay, today I'm going to make that person get angry towards me.
나도 대만 담보를 요말, 야자 야요말.
Definitely, we don't have 100%. We don't have on the first time, right?
Maybe second time, I want to when I didn't do anything wrong, right? Then maybe third or fourth time, I said, I didn't do anything wrong. You are the wrong person. You did that, then we got that. This happened, right? Because it's also our attachment. We don't want to give up our view, our thoughts, our attitude. But it shows it's very proof that even other people makes us to get mad. It's not intentionally they brought to make. This available thought you make the person and person's action to separate. It makes to big difference of us. We will try that, okay? One day we go to, even though we have to go very fast. The stop sign that in front of us person, the stop signs are green, the stop person guy, maybe he looking for maybe he's looking something, then the green means wait, why are you doing? Then we got mad. We thought, oh, or maybe he's looking for something excuse. We don't much get mad like that. This is how to trick our mind in to different ways, okay? And like that. And what we learned, the first verse, I don't want to go to very fast. I need to you guys learn first education, what you means to destroy the merit. That's karo. Kondro sase yola. Not some go
Object and towards whom you get angry, has to be Bodhisattva.
아니 콘도 게다 쫄라나 가르르나 아니 즉 내가 춘주서야 난 내가 바타리 못 하셔버려 그래.
What does it mean by destroyed? It makes it less or it delays its a result from ripening.
가는 대근 내가 이것도 좋아라 하는 같이 쇼는 듣지 못하고 자서 뭐로.
So what that did, the anger, what the anger did, is that it provided adverse condition and stopped the favorable condition, which helps to ripen the result.
바야 빼자까지 그래. 동자는 뭐 계산돼 있는 좀에요 말세 빼자 요래야.
Then again, there is other text, maybe in the London text you might have heard, right? So any merit that you have dedicated for the enlightenment will not be destroyed even by anger.
그래서 때 매세한테 매가 소위 말 그렇게 하면 양탄 빼신 내도 냠도 채워야나. 다리 뭐 소위서로 봐.
So again, so when it says cannot be, that again can be applied to this explanation according to this text, and then says it can be delayed. Your enlightenment will be delayed. It will not destroy the merit that you dedicated towards enlightenment, but it can delay your enlightenment.
they do in the Hijana, you the Mangavanga to Soto, Kawamewash.
So if you explain it that way, then you can make these two texts not contradictory with each other.
And the Geta Jome Yomala, Tena Cardana, Tina Jome Yomaris. On the Jomla, or they never tar remosa, and they choose your kitchen, never so kitchen mares.
And when we say destroyed here, also doesn't mean that it will be completely destroyed. It just means that it will make it less, or will delay its ripening.
The Javita Tamarasiga, and a Shunju de la Sawan, Chum said was Lavina, Pesation of the
And then again, in this commentary by Geshe Tenley, he said it gets destroyed from its root. What is that?
The Chawa Major had that day.
There's no provision. No provision. That's the term we use. Doesn't mean that it has to be that way.
Okay, that's what they are going to didn't want to that Hakoch. That's so Nangacher or that Shantu Samba Soyamoinza, getting a subject is.
And from outside, what we have to be careful about is because we don't know who the Bodhisattva is, who is Bodhisattva or not. Therefore, from our side, we're very careful not to get angry towards anybody.
Okay, Tangan Delta and Yamu Koga Kanji, so Kondo Saga, so going to go a day, Kadina, Kondo Yemishi with only Kondo Masamachi.
So, most important thing is to think about the disadvantages of the anger, and by thinking that, then we will not get angry.
Akaza Kondo Sawa in the young, meet it on Mega Kondo Kaga the Cheche.
But even if you get angry towards the person, then you separate the person and his anger.
Right? It's becoming the person and person anger is not separate, different. But we think the same. He did that, she did that. So this is how way also I try to practice. If someone makes a very get mad for me, I'm just ready get that. But I try to separate that person and person's delusion. There was no personal fault, but he or she has very strong delusion. Then we can develop a compassion for that. Right? If we say, okay, I'm compassionate Bob, but I'm not compassionate Jennifer. I just suffered. I never have developed bodhicitta. It's no way. You have to be compassion, then we can for ego person, right? But Bob's very nice, but Jennifer is not nice. I can put different. I go to meditation with bodhicitta. No, then no way. And they say, okay, how can I do that? Someone makes me very angry all the time. Then I can another people develop for bodhicitta or compassion level. How to do? Who makes you difficult physician? You think the person and person's delusion separate. And you have compassion for the delusion that those person or that person before the guy who or she follow the delusion, right? Think that way, then we can develop compassion, right? Do I have some work, some space there? Then we don't say, okay, he's my enemy, or he's my friend. Not like that. We say, oh, Mother Semchi peace. You say, oh, Mother Semchi peace, happiness. Then, okay, no, he, no, she, not like that. But we like very skillful way to practice. And we can develop our compassion, the chitta, loving kindness. Okay? Does it make sense or not make sense? Yeah, like that, okay? Okay. Any questions? Yes.
Andrew has a question online.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi. Well, I guess as a follow-up to last week, because I thought about what you said more, something I struggle with a lot is doubt. Like I second guess and doubt myself all the time. And I wonder if that is like Nick Rebush, who I talked to over email, said doubting can be good because it can help you like not be attached to beliefs. But in my instance, I think doubt can be a root of my anger, where I can give too much, where if I second guess myself too much, I can give into like almost like over questioning myself and getting angry with my values, our society. And I realized the more angry I get with myself, the less compassionate I will be to others. So I'm trying to discern between what's a good way to use doubt and what's a bad way. And even, I guess, more so, like I remember from even the Pali Canon, at the end of when the Buddha became enlightened, he had some doubt in himself that he could even teach the world, and he was an enlightened being. And so in a way, I guess there can be a good doubt, but that's also the Pali Canon, which is a little different from Mahayana. And yeah, just the last thing, because the thing I'm trying to see is like, is anger, what you were saying is anger a derivative of like deflated or inflated arrogance? Because if you're attached to anger, you're attached to a view that like, you know something about that object that you might not know, which is arrogance, or am I reading that wrong?
너도 지낸다 그런다 건너서 소설로 건너서야지 알았어. 소설로 건너서야지 약불에 도전했어. 아니 건너서야지 소설 건너서. 나는 너는 제대로 도발을. 그래서 도발해야 돼. 난 도발해야 돼. 지금 약불에 도전했어. 그냥 상기 좀 되더라더니 담아들어 상기 찬 도발 중도 왔어. 아마 그런 무저가 저 최대 뭐 남이나 사는 도발 중도 왔어. 난 이제 난 도발이 약불에 약불 맞아. 근데 나 간절다 그런데 what was the last one, Andrew?
The last one. Oh, the last part was one of the things I'm trying to avoid in regards to my problem of doubt is giving into like arrogance or like because I remember from a talk from Rabina Corton said like low self-esteem can almost be deflated arrogance. And I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not only trying to become more patient, but trying to overcome like a sense of low confidence.
That's also the mabuto majora. Mabechad, the age one engage on my Jongjumba and get too much majora. Low stems at this word. Attila, and tell you the name of the Nomotigo best.
Yeah,
The law, of course, the law esteem of yourself is a delusion, is a delusion, so it's not really good to have that.
보다 될라모지 간지 소소소 생주바고 그제도 아까지도 말 사지 좀 내데 만나지지네 아마 저거 사죠 아까지도 소소 생주바고 그랬어.
So you have to encourage yourself by taking the example of others like who have been able to do that. Buddha Shakyamuni said all beings can be enlightened, so and he did it, then why can't I do it? So I can do it too like that.
될 뽑아다 양 그런 맞아요.
Yeah, so that is like a confidence, building a confidence into yourself, that helps you to think that you can do it, and that's good. That's a good thing. You should have that. The arrogance, of course, is not good. Thinking that I can do it, anything, only I can do it, and so forth, like that. That kind of arrogance, that's not good. So that you should not have it. And the arrogance makes look down on others, and then confidence gives courage to yourself. Of course, getting angry towards oneself is not good. You should not be angry towards oneself either. And so it's not that we cannot do it. Also we cannot do it because we're under the control of the delusion. So because of our delusion, we're not able to do the things that we think we should do, and then that's why we get angry. And that's not good either. So you can think of because of my delusion, I'm not able to do it like that. So, and then whereas you're talking about the doubt is a kind of delusion also. So if you have a doubt, that means you don't know it. So that's a delusion. Part of ignoring. because of that, we don't accept that Buddha Shakyamuni had a doubt or has a doubt.
배우가 나도 나중에 야, 달 로지 셴바시야 요새 그러 봐.
So according to the Tibetan Buddhist view, of course, that's not accepted.
네, 시당 도바도 야보래. 야, 도바 간갈 도바 제산 줘도 돼. 야고 말해.
So yeah, it's a good, it's a good doubt. So it's a good doubt for ourselves, to think, oh, maybe it's like that. But it's not a good, but not good to have that kind of doubt.
시당 도바니에는 소 이치다 지오메 차로.
If we have a doubt all the time, then it's not good, because if you have doubt, towards anything, then everything, then you will not have a trust or faith in anything.
아 도바 쟤는 매워지나요? 지나 가는지나 돼. 야고 말이야.
And then again, not having any doubt at all, and then do whatever you want, it's not good also.
아니 소수 남쪽을 법 배제다는 섬당고 그래.
And so therefore, you have to use your intelligence, use your wisdom, to think about it.
네?
아니 좀 저거 담아서는 늦어를 쳤던 거라면서 더 벗었대.
근데 제가 나도 대keleng 말 주때나 옛날에 도바사 고만요. 나 담보원이 가래 샤본식의 추송에 말해서 티가 늦어요 말해서 공해 말해서. 근데 주때 그나 옛날에 좀 도바사 안티 주지나 가라 하고 이제 다시 고만요.
So it's not a doubt that Buddha Shakyamuni had, according to my understanding. It's not that doubt Buddha Shakyamuni had at that time when before he was giving teaching. It's not that he had a doubt thinking that, oh, should I give or not like that, because at that time he didn't see any disciples who would benefit from giving his teaching.
효로같이 요래서 내 춘들들 하고서 단다 때 공연부터 대다 안에 나왔잖아. 잘라봐야지 배상이 이해서 말. 아, 됐을 때 취직하고 살라도 고함네. 만나지 번에 배워샤스.
And so he saw that he said, I have found this nectar-like teaching, but there's no one who can understand at this time, and so therefore I'm just going to reside in the forest, So I will not talk and just reside in the forest. That's what he said. That's a verse like that, Doesn't mean that he had a doubt, thinking that, oh, whether he should give a teaching or not. He just didn't see anybody who can receive teaching at that time.
근데 되네 아니요. 왜다 두배 세배실에 다 힘만에 지금 내가 까봐 먹은 데가 어디가 공마대서 보던 전에니 군도 주통만 나와라.
And then on the 15th or the full moon day of the 4th month of the lunar calendar, then he saw that there is a karmic connection with these practitioners who he had a karmic connection from a long time before, and so they have the karmic connection to receive teaching from him, and then he went to them and gave teaching to them on that day.
Okay. Like that, it's wonderful. Anyway,
Thank you very much for answering my question.
thank you. If you can answer the correct or not, I don't know, but I tried to my best. Anyway, it's wonderful for all of us here. And I'm sure people physically come here, they got more merit than you guys. But you guys also get a lot of merit. You are very serious there. Look at your computer or phone, very focused. Therefore, I'm sure you all have very good merit. Then someone say get more merit. Maybe you come here, they got more merit. I'm just kidding. Anyway, you guys are wonderful, and try to what we need to learn. Okay, I need to watch my own mind, not others. Which kind of mind? My anger. I'm a very angry person. I'm very short-tempered person. Then we need to a little bit, I say, aware. What I'm looking. I'm looking here. Yeah, therefore, I can see myself here. Anyway. Oh yeah, I believe that, right? If I look in different direction. Anyway, whatever we learn today, to daily practice, I need to aware my own attitude, my own action, my own thoughts. This is more important. Because you say, okay, I'm practicing patience when I got mad. That time is not possible. You're already fired. Therefore, things going well, you just remember for the force of the anger. You can practice that more daily. Then when the situation comes, you can really catch that easily, right? Otherwise, when we have difficult time, when we say, okay, 1 month we can do Geshe. What can we do? Like that. Therefore, we need to do daily practice for always as much as we can. Okay? Like that. Then we can stop. Thank you. It's wonderful. We're very grateful. It's really grateful. With 2 years, we stopped all the events. We just stopped at home. But now we're able to come back. We rejoice that we become grateful for all of us. Hopefully they become continue forever. Okay? Now we stop.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you.
Page 39, the Kurukulla Center prayer book, the Thanksgiving mandala offering. Page 39. Sashi Perti Jujon Vedodra Rira Bhakti Vidya Parvi Sashi Shindu Mikde Moashi Roma Namdaki Macha Pashu Yetsum Name Kote Rateje Namdaki Joji Bhaka Lozan Dene Rune Sasumi Proe Munzota Dune Joji Nidam Guru Namdaka Kasmiya. From my 2 collections, vast the space that I have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose wisdom mind is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives by Yusri. May I find the best of complete creative paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread and declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. In the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous, virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. A short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In that snow mountain encircled land, souls of every man of faith and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezi, remain in life till samsara. Prayer that spontaneously fulfills all wishes. Om Page 49, the short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So Chang Xing Chang Gao Gao Ren Ten Xing Yong Gao Wei Kun So No Po Tse Chok Sun Go Me Le Ma Du Ru Da So Du Je Du Shang Te Sho. Try to always meet with perfect teachers. Your form embodies all Buddhas. Your nature is that of Ashadara. You are the root of the three jewels. Homage to you, O Buddhas. In short, I seek your blessings, O protector, to be cared for you from birth unremittingly throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O protector, please grant that it all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples, wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Manjadhara. Furthermore, life after life, may I, pleasing him in turn, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana spiritual master, the source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them faultlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers and misleading friends. Having developed in every life belief in cause and effect, renunciation, the Bodhi mind, and the pure view, may I embark upon them continually with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind be causes solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 57, the prayer of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it bear on more arise, and wherefore never decline, but increase forevermore. 75, Sema.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Geshe.
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you,
Thank
Geshe.
you. Thank you, Geshe.
Thanks, Bob. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, too. And Doncho. Really, Bob.
The only announcements today is please keep an eye on the calendar. We have the Medicine Buddha Puja coming up next Saturday, and then we'll have class on Wednesday night. So everyone welcome, and class on Sunday. And watch our newsletter and calendar for anything. And ping me if you have any questions. Thank you. Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Wonderful day or night. Good night.